in Columbus this President's Day holiday for a Big Ten women's basketball battle. The 9th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes host the Iowa Hawkeyes, who will put their 6-game win streak to the test on the road. The fantastic freshman Jelani Cambridge, the #2 overall recruit in the country in her class. She'll start things off with a long two. No problem getting through that formidable full-court pressure from Ohio State. That is their calling card, forcing nearly 24 turnovers per game. Hannah Stolke on the block, nearly unstoppable one-on-one.
It's so important today for the Hawkeyes to get really good production from Hannah Stolke. She is great on one-on-one post-ups and also a terrific rim runner in the full court.
Just 10 points combined the last 2 games, looking to get her going. She gets the first touch in that offense. Here's McMahon draining a 3, picking up where she left off against Minnesota last time out. Lucy Olson, the leading scorer for the Hawkeyes, will give it up, and Sydney Falter slowing things down. 6 straight wins for this Hawkeye team, including against #4 USC. Here's Taylor McCabe, lethal from long range. After those free throws, Cambridge now engineering this offense. They'll work through Petty at the high post, average a double-double last year at Kentucky. Cambridge launching from 3, she's got it. The pull-up, no good by Olson, but that is her bread and butter offense.
It is. She makes pull-ups, especially from that free throw line, nail area at a high rate. Good find, though, by Cambridge.
Cambridge speeding into the front court. She'll have to retreat. The Colorado number instead and drain the mid-range.
For the Hawkeyes.
Lucy Olson, 22 points per game over the 6-game winning streak. It's been her playing looser. Lucy is what Coach Jensen likes to say. That has ignited this stretch run. The drive, the kick, Kennedy Cambridge knocking down the 3. Ohio State has... She's got a lot in her tool chest, especially once she gets into the paint.
And she's so strong as well. Tough to guard. Oh, what a nice take.
Under 30 seconds to play. Kennedy Cambridge, back-to-back. She had 4 threes.
Been our calling card this season, and in that first quarter, Ohio State shot 47% from the field, 50% from 3. So there has to be more resistance for Iowa. On the other side, though,
this season.
Yeah, easily one of my favorites to watch that have come out of this program, and one of my favorites to watch last year. I mean, JC is a ball of energy, great defender, as Theory gets the steal and the finish. McMahon, you gotta go around and not through.
Lucy Olson, long 2, that didn't touch anything going down. Ball handler who's now on the bench against this Ohio State press.
You'll wonder if the Buckeyes will ramp up the pressure even more without Lucy Olson on the floor.
The lob into Stolke, perfectly executed by the Hawkeyes.
They've been working more on those post-entry passes and getting clean looks inside for Stolke. I love that she sealed over the top, and Feuerbach with a beautiful delivery.
Getting downhill, Jelani Cambridge, full head of steam.
And they've played a significant amount of time in the second quarter without Hannah Stolke or Lucy Olson on the floor.
Olson, 2 personal fouls, great direction, a 3-point play coming up.
A take from Cambridge, the hop step, the acrobatic finish. I mean, she couldn't even been looking at the rim and finish that. Hop step is beautiful here, and then falling away, eyes on the prize, and the finish, absolutely. And then let's look at the celebration too.
She is such the emotional leader for this team, the vocal leader. This time Stolke blows past her to go all the way to the cup.
Have a balance once they beat the press.
Nebraska head coach Amy Williams has said of Hannah Stolke, she's like a deer. It's so hard to track her. Here's a 3, Chance Gray knocking it down.
The foul as well.
Gets the ball back from Stolke, driving against Theory, drops it off, an easy 2 for Hannah Stolke, and that's how Iowa likes to operate. But that's part of the reason it took some time for her to connect, being a point guard and a scorer. She shows off the speed in transition. To do everything right. Was not getting the best out of her own game, but she has flipped the switch and found Lucy Olson here in Big Ten play of late.
And also, too, coming into this program, high expectations. Like, no one's asking you to be Caitlin Clark, but also there's an expectation that this team is good and consistent and led by a point guard. Has the frame and the fearlessness to stop Cody, and a steal for the Hawkeyes.
Off the baseline, inbound, in stride, count it! Sydney Falter sprinting the floor, further igniting the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, this has been a great run to start the third quarter for Iowa. The steal, Lucy Olson pushing it, getting her head up, making a beautiful pass, and then the Falter finishing through contact. One of the leaders of this team.
Foul back there going on Taylor Theory, her first. Olson 1 for 2. Jelani Cambridge with the floater and falling away from the basket. Kennedy Cambridge gets herself into the paint.
Oh, my coach, my bad.
Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. It is Aaliyah Guyton letting it fly. She's got it from 3.
Here the last couple of minutes for the Buckeyes.
She does not shy away from calling her teammates out. She says, I hold them to a high standard because I know we can be better. She does that on the court as well. Here she goes to work against Sydney Falter. That's left short, sticks with it. Earned the 3-point play.
And that Cody plays with is my favorite. One, she doesn't give up on the play, gets the offensive board, goes back up.
She's up to 10 points, 3 Buckeyes in double figures. Open underneath, O'Grady. The playmaking by Lucy Olson, such a factor. Starts of the fourth quarter. Slicing up the middle is a Falter. But they have stood strong amongst the waves of runs by Ohio State.
Yeah, it's all about your response. Oh, good pass.
Jelani Cambridge inside to the freshman, making that connection happen.
And Cambridge, so patient.
Kylie Feuerbach will start things off with 5 straight points here in the fourth.
When talking to McMahon, she's just working on communicating effectively to all of her teammates. She's a passionate player, so sometimes she can yell at teammates. Some other teammates, they need to be maybe coddled a little bit more.
More playmaking by the Hawkeyes, a high percentage look, and Lucy Olson. 1-2 turnovers. And holding on to just a 2-point lead. Here's McMahon flying to the rim.
Just the shovel pass, and then McMahon here. The layup and 1.
McMahon picking the pocket of Feuerbach. Here comes the freight train.
Versus Minnesota. And one of the ways Minnesota was able to tie that basketball game up at the end, there was 1:24 left in regulation, 11-point game, and somehow the Gophers tied it up and got it to overtime. But it was because Ohio State turned the ball over.
Lamila, the block from behind, wide open, Feuerbach.
Offensive pressure here the last few minutes. The perimeter defenders are forcing catches beyond the 3.
Chance Gray underneath, Hannah Stokey for the lay-in. For Ohio State.
The crowd doesn't help with the oohs and ahs.
Here's McMahon, met by 2 defenders, spins the other way, fading and hitting. She's 2 off her season high, having a fantastic afternoon here in Columbus.
Tell you what, though, if Feuerbach has 4, I'm surprised Cambridge just hasn't ISO'd and gone at her, but not really surprised because
for McMahon, she's up to 20.
She's relentless, and the defense.
Kennedy Cambridge numbers, McMahon sprinting, giving it up, and an easy 2 for the Buckeyes in control. Sense of urgency now for the Hawkeyes as we approach a minute remaining. Back to a 10-point game. Olson calling her own number, drains the 3, and that's back-to-back for Iowa. Seconds left. Guyton hit a big 3 just moments ago. They're bringing the pressure to Olson, somehow gets free and knocks down the 3. They go to Guyton. Thought about the 3. Olson will make herself free, throws it up and in.
Man, and it kind of looks like the play had been disrupted a bit, but Cody McMahon is right there on Olsen, has a hand up the entire time in her face.
73-69, Ohio State with the lead. It's stolen. Ohio State turns it over. Olsen launching a three, will miss fire. A falter, cleans up the glass. Count it.
What an unfortunate possession here for Ohio State as Cambridge just loses it. And then the awareness by a falter just to crash the offensive glass. In bounds.
McMahon knocks down the first. An incredible second half, had just 5 points after the first 20 minutes. 1 for 2. A falter tries to keep it alive. It's going to be Iowa basketball. In the hands of Olsen again. 6 to shoot. Loses the basketball, has to throw it up, but she's fouled. Cody McMahon thought she blocked it, but whistled for the foul. It's her 4th.
And Olsen here kind of lost the ball a little bit, used her pivot.
Olsen knocks down the first, a 72% free throw shooter this season. It's a 1-point game. Olsen knocks down the second, 3.6 seconds left. Ohio State and Iowa are tied up. Theory is just gonna throw it up. Almost gets it to fall. Goes 0 for 2, actually might have just taken a shot to the face there. A little uncomfortable getting back on defense.
And those are really good high percentage looks, but we know Fulcher is a terrific defender who just bodied her up.
Does so well playing against other forwards. She craves that physicality. Here's Olsen skipping to the lane for 2. This pick and roll, surveying the action.
They're showing her 3 players in her driving lanes. Oh, that's beautiful.
Brilliant basketball by Jelani Cambridge, slicing into the defense. Lemila will find Cambridge once more, 15 to shoot. McMahon going at a falter, the grace and the foul.
Cody is cold, y'all. Cody is cold. Watch this drive. The play broke down. She just had to go one-on-one, a quick crossover, and the scoop with the left. I mean, the beautiful touch through contact.
They put it in the hands of Olsen. 40 seconds left, just enough space. She can't hit it. Mulaney is blocked. Kennedy Cambridge has been the superhero this afternoon. Gliding to the rim, it is Theory. A 5-point lead, and the Buckeyes juiced up at home. Ohio State is going to improve to 11-3 in Big Ten play, and they hold on to defeat the